Welcome to another edition of Lanark County Confidential. I'm your host, Michael Lynch Staunton. This is number 31. My interview with Tim Baker from Ottawa Valley South Bassmasters, and we're going to be talking about the provincial qualifier that the club, the Ottawa Valley South Club, is going to be hosting in August. So going to get him on here in a second. But before we go and do that, I'd like to say that being broadcast on Reno Viola Outdoors Internet Radio Network, WRVO, and Lanark County Confidential is a production of MLS Outdoors Media and is being brought to you this week by Rusty's Tackle Shack in Franktown, Ontario. The largest selection of gamblers I think you're going to find in Ontario. If I don't have it, then I don't think Gambler makes it. So anyhow, let me get Tim on the line here and see what he has to say about the qualifier that's going to be going on in August. The Hank Gibson Provincial Qualifier. And
hello.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Mike. How are you?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Oh, pretty good.
That's good. How's it going today?
Oh, not too bad. Went out on the river there a bit on the Rideau. Caught a few little ones, but like I said, nothing to write home about.
Out looking for crappies, obviously?
What's that?
Out looking for crappies?
Yeah, panfish and hopefully a pike, but nothing happening.
Oh, well. It's just nice to be out in the water anyways.
Oh, definitely.
Not yet for me, but maybe this week sometime. So.
Yeah, good. You got to get out there, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, well, it's I haven't broken 70 miles an hour yet this year, so. Okay, I'm just kidding you. Yeah. So, anyways, I did the intro anyways and said that you're president of Ottawa. Well, you're president of Ottawa Valley South Bassmasters. I'm correct on that?
No, actually, I'm secretary.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But no, it's all right. But I am I'm the chairman of the organizing committee. So
okay.
I'm up there somewhere.
Well, it's you and the other guy sitting up there, and so I just figured one of you was one and the other guy was the other. So, but
exactly.
and this year the club is lucky enough to be hosting the provincial choir, the Hank Gibson Provincial Qualifier for all the Bassmasters clubs in the northern region. Is this or how do we? You're gonna have to explain this to me, okay?
Okay, sure. So essentially, I'll start at the beginning. At the 2012 qualifier, which was held in Lindsay, Ontario, we, the club members that were there attending, looked around and, it's an awesome event every year that we all enjoy going to. It's a full 2-day weekend event. And we thought that we could put our names into the hat for putting together this event for our region in Ottawa. And so at that point, we started the planning process. And from there, it sort of snowballed. And in 2013, last season, at the Quinty event, we were then confirmed as being the host chapter for this year's event in 2014. So it's this year, Ottawa Valley South Bassmasters hosting the 2014 Hank Gibson Provincial Qualifier. And
that's on Big Rideau.
It'll be held on Big Rideau this year, yes, out of Rideau Ferry. We have the township has actually developed a large piece of the waterfront there into a more usable area. We have their thumbs up and approval to use that site, which is essentially, if you know the area, right at the bridge at Rideau Ferry. We also have on board the Shipwreck Restaurant, which is also located exactly there, right at the bridge. And they're donating some of their time and their real estate to allowing us to set up our event site there.
Oh, that's going to be cool because that's a really nice.
It's great. Yeah.
That's an awesome place to have a tournament site.
The more we looked at it, the more we knew that particular site was so ideal that we're lucky to have it, which is great.
Yeah, and like you say, they've opened up. They've built more wharf area there and stuff. So you won't have guys bobbing around in the channel, and no, it'll be nice. I'm looking forward to it big time. So, but which weekend in August are we talking?
So the date and time of the place is August 23rd and 24th.
Okay.
So that is the Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Now that marks what we call the seniors event. The Friday before is actually August 22nd, and that is the time that we're holding our Take a Soldier Fishing Day and the actual Ontario Junior Bassmaster Championships. So all to be held at the same venue.
And what is the Take a Soldier? Well, obviously it's from what it sounds is you're gonna have boats out there with soldiers fishing on them, obviously. And is this in conjunction with anything other than just are these disabled guys, or is this just something that they volunteered to, or what? Where do these guys come from?
Essentially, the Soldiers Fishing Day is really us giving back to our valued Canadian Armed Forces people.
Okay.
Some of them are active, and some of them are veterans. That's still to be confirmed. We're working closely now with actually a group out of CFB Kingston.
Okay.
So it's Dwayne Sawyer, who is our Ottawa Valley South sort of liaison. He himself is a veteran as well.
Oh, okay.
And he's working with them to get a group of them up here, all on volunteer boats from the Ontario Bass Nation, from around, and get them out in a tournament format for a day of fishing.
And there's going to be a youth event as well, too? Is that, what's that?
That's right. So in conjunction with that is what we call a junior championship. So it's a sort of a half or three-quarter day event for the juniors. Under 18s who come from across Ontario, and they'll compete for prizes and also for the status of being the top junior person or junior in the Ontario Bass Nation.
And these kids have already been pre-picked or something from a...
Essentially, there are a number of junior Bassmaster chapters that are all speckled kind of all around Ontario.
Okay.
There's some changes being made at the Bassmaster level for the junior program. They're changing it over to a high school program. So in 2015, next year, the entire format will be changed to high school teams. So they'll be having 6-member teams from any given high school anywhere in Ontario can put together a team and compete in this championship. So this year will be the last year for single competitors.
Okay.
In the junior level.
Okay. That sounds interesting, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Okay, now before we go any further, I just okay. I'm an angler. I'm just an everyday weekend angler type thing, but I want to fish the classic. Okay.
Okay.
So how do I go? What are the steps that I have to do? Like, what do I got to win? I guess in order, how many tournaments I got to win, or what do I got to do in order to get there?
Okay. It's a bit of a process, but it is possible, as the namesake for our event follows, Hank Gibson. He's the only Canadian Ontario Bass Nation member to actually make it to the Bassmaster Classic.
Okay.
So how the steps go is, say if it's you have to join an affiliated Bassmaster chapter, which I know you are, Mike, already, a member of Ottawa Valley South. So your foot is in the door. Your first step is underway. And so then you will attend this actual event that we're hosting. So you would be a chapter member in good standing, compete at the 2-day provincial qualifier. Now, if you finish in the top 12 of this event after 2 days of competition, you are now a member of Team Ontario.
Okay.
Each and every Bass Nation has a team. There's in Canada we have the Ontario Bass Nation, which is Ontario Team Ontario, and then each and every United States state has their own team. So New York, Pennsylvania, et cetera, et cetera. So they will each and every team will be sent to what they call a divisional tournament. So that, again, is another 2-day event, and it's the following year. So people who qualify to make Team Ontario this year will be fishing at the divisional championships next year, 2015.
Okay.
If that person ends up being the top person on their team, so if you fish it, come in the top 12 at the Hank Gibson, and then you make Team Ontario, and you finish as the first place in your team, Team Ontario.
Just in my
you would
team.
Then go.
Okay.
Yeah, you would then go to the Bassmaster National Championships.
Okay.
If you finish in the top of that, then you get to go to the Classic.
Oh, really?
So it takes 2 to 3 years to get in there.
Yeah.
Of constant competition and next level up of various fishing championships. And at that point, if you keep winning, you're in.
Yeah. Well, very doable. I mean,
Oh, it's doable. Yeah, you got to be a pretty good stick, but
well, for me, realistically, I mean, I'm a pretty hot shoe. You got to admit that. Like.
Oh, I admit it every day.
Can you hear the BS? Can you hear the BS going now?
Yeah, it's a long road, but it's doable, like you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because it's nice. It's the process though. It's neat. So how you got to qualify for each one, and then okay, cool. So that clears that up. So the next thing we're going to discuss here is any event. Obviously, we need sponsors, or you need sponsors, and who are basically, obviously, you do have some sponsors at this point, I would imagine. And if I was wanting to be involved in this, how would I go about, getting in contact with you? And
well, essentially, getting in contact would be the first step to becoming one of our sponsors. We do have a pretty good list going right now. Okay. Actually, I'm proud to say. It was about a year ago that we had our first actual member of Ottawa Valley South step up to offer his sponsorship. Mr. Regan Martin, who himself is an avid fisherman. Of course, he's in our club and fishes a lot of kind of pro style events down south over the winter. He's the owner and operator of High Point Construction.
Okay.
And he is what we're calling our platinum sponsor. He's the guy that really, gave us a big push in terms of his sponsorship for us.
Okay.
As well as some other members. Mr. Dave Steen, who's a real estate agent here in Ottawa. He's offered his sponsorship to the club. He's a club member as well. Our own chapter treasurer, Jim Wilson, is a high school teacher in Athens, and he runs a fishing team there at the high school, and they're the Athens Warriors fishing team, and they've sponsored us as well.
Yeah,
so that's kind of a cool thing.
So it's not just from a fishing background that you're getting sponsors from. It's from it's diversified basically.
Actually, we do have a very diverse list of sponsors. Yeah. Obviously, we like to see the fishing related industries in there supporting us and supporting themselves as well, right? In the for the event, but we also have quite a diverse list. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And to get a hold of you, how would they do that? Or is there...
Get a hold of me would be Tim Baker 68 at hotmail.com. That'd be the easiest way.
Okay.
Or through our Bassmaster website, www.ottawabassmasters.com.
Okay.
And our list of sponsors includes, like I said, quite a diverse list. I've got another Ottawa Valley South Bassmaster member who operates a conservation-oriented charity, and it's Bluefish Canada.
Oh, Lawrence there.
Yeah. Lawrence Utenauer's Bluefish Canada. If you're not familiar or aware of this, I strongly urge everyone to take a look at bluefishcanada.ca, and by all means, it's quite a compelling thing. He's offering shoreline cleanup kits for our anglers. We also have Carlton Place Marine, gentleman out of Carlton Place, who's going to be offering us an empty boat at the event. So we'll be filling that with donations for the food bank in the local area, which is another awesome idea. We've gotten a sponsorship from Dobbins Rods.
Oh, cool.
In the way of a 40% discount coupons for various rods of the person's choosing. We have a local contractor called Add Colors. It's a painting and decorating contractor. He was nice enough to give us a sponsorship again towards our event, which is great. And we've recently had two add-ons to our sponsorship list. You may know one of them, Mike, Rusty's Tackle Shop.
Oh, yeah,
was, recently added as a contributor.
I shop there all the time.
We're grateful, very grateful to have Rusty's Tackle Shop on our list.
No problem.
As well as avid person who fishes locally and regionally, Mr. Kevin Moberg, who's runs Sinorama.
Yeah, exactly.
And Sinorama has come on board with a donation of some signage and advertising stuff that they specialize in. So
that's nice.
So it's quite a list.
There. Yeah, it's nice to see Kevin in there too, and Blake as well from Carlton Place Marine too. So.
That's right. Blake's an awesome guy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and I guess there's. I mean, I guess Ottawa Bassmasters. I was always going to Ottawa Valley South Bassmasters. So is that different than? Is Ottawa Bass, or does Ottawa Valley South Bassmasters go to just Ottawa Bassmasters?
Yeah, it's our website is ottawabassmasters.com.
Okay. So just to make sure on that, if
no problem,
because that's what most people do is they go to the website and then they go off the link of the website. So just to make it easier for people. So because you're listening to stuff and they go, oh, what was that? And so I was always told never to put. Never to do unless it's a website. Don't do an email address. Just do a website, and don't do your phone number because people can never remember the phone numbers. They hear.
That's right.
So, anyways, but everybody can remember Ottawa Bassmasters. You know what I mean? So
that's right.
That's pretty simple. So,
pretty easy.
Yeah, exactly. Just go towards that. Just and then you get a hold of Tim and you can get all the I guess all the information is going to be on that as well too about the qualifier and stuff as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay. And then I think the best thing about this is the MC that we got doing this year.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think the one and only Hall of Famer Reno Viola. I mean,
that's right.
How lucky was that?
It was great, actually. Reno was actually a returning MC. He did an awesome job last year at the Quinty event where we had filled the field, actually, with 200 anglers at that event at the Bay of Quinty in the town of Trenton. And we asked that Reno, come and host our event. It's a little closer to home for him than a trip to Trenton. So he was happy to get on board, and we're super happy to have him.
Yeah, he's. It's nice to have an icon from the industry like him just sort of benchmark the event. So because I know
he's a talker. He's an awesome talker.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people just they'll come just to see him type thing. So it's and that's what you want. You want to. What we want basically is you want a lot of people showing up at the weigh-ins just to support and stuff like that. I mean, obviously the anglers are there, but. It is an event for the public type thing. So it's nice to see the general public come out and show some support, and especially for the soldiers event and the youth event as well too. So I know probably families are going to be there for the senior event on Saturday, Sunday, but
definitely there's a lot of proud families in the OVN and husbands, wives, and spouses, and of course all their kids. Inevitably, they all come and show up at these events because a lot of the guys do take it quite seriously. The chance to, like we mentioned earlier, get a foot in the door on the way to the Bassmaster Classic, and a lot of these guys plan their entire summer vacations around this event.
Exactly.
And I know that even that last winter, there were guys who had already booked their cabins and all of their lodgings, and these guys are coming from the other end of the province, so they're keen. They're very keen to be here.
Well, if they need a good guide, I know one. His name's Michael in Staunton, and
Awesome.
he's pretty expensive. He's like $500 a day. But if you want his really prime spots, yeah, it's a couple of $1,000, I think, just to get him, especially if I want to compete against them. But, hopefully.
That's right.
But I will say, having done Federation finals or, Ontario finals before in Nipissing and that, and being in the event with 75, 80 other anglers. Well, you're 160 anglers, obviously, because you're competing against the other guy on the boat, obviously, as well, too. Is that
yes,
right?
you are, too. That's the trick, right?
So not only are you trying to get your limit, but you're trying to stop the other guy from getting his limit. No, I'm just kidding. But it's not like a team event where you're fishing with the other guy for one weight. You are fishing for your own weight, and then the other guy is fishing for his weight. So, but
that's right.
I will tell you from doing it at Nipissing, okay, and we had a lot of the locals. I forgot, probably about 30 members of local guys there as well too. I was lucky enough both because I went up to pre-fish on I went up Wednesday, pre-fish Thursday, Friday. And both times I went up, I did the same sort of thing. And being on Nipissing on a body of water I've never, ever been on, it was very intimidating. So I had limited pre-fishing time and knowledge as well, because I wasn't as good as I am now back then. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. And but the first day I got a local, and he said, "Well, we'll just go fish all of my spots." And you know what?
Nice.
He let me limit out first, and then I said, "Okay, well, come on up here, obviously," and we shared type thing, and the second time I went down, it was the same sort of thing. That's when I found out about Phoenix pumpkin seed tubes, green pumpkin tubes.
Yeah.
And,
they're nice.
And the guy had a bag of them on the back, and I only had one. And it was love. Well, it was love at first sight. What can I say? So, but it's just that sort of camaraderie, and that, to me, that's what's part of the event. You meet guys, and then you start friendships, and then these friendships last for a while and stuff. So, and it's nice to see, because we're all in it to catch. We're all in it to do the same thing. We're all in it to try and win, to go to the Classic and stuff like that. So, even though you want to do it for yourself, you're still in it for the other guy as well too. So.
True, yeah. It's like you say, that it is one of the unique parts of this actual event itself. Is it's a 2-day event, and each day you're randomly paired with a different partner.
Yeah.
Now, each and every Bassmaster chapter competes from across Ontario, and you never fish with anyone from within your own chapter. They design it that way, so. You meet and you fish with, for the whole day, brand new people, or maybe someone you've met at the same event the year before. So that kind of thing adds another whole facet to this thing we call fishing, and it's pretty awesome.
Cool. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, and if, like I say, if anybody wants any more information. We're hitting 24 minutes, so we're gonna wrap this up. I gotta let you go in another 30 seconds. So, I guess there's social media. I mean, there's also Facebook. Obviously, there's How would you find
Ottawa Valley South Bassmasters has a Facebook page.
Okay.
So you can check us out there, and there's lots of information there,
as
well as the Ontario Bass Nation website, OntarioBass.com.
Okay.
That's the main site for all of our information as well.
Cool. Well,
excellent.
I'll let you go, Tim, and we'll be talking in the next little while anyways.
Excellent. That's great, Mike. Thanks for calling.
Thank you very much.
See you.
Bye-bye. Okay. That's going to be it for this week, I guess. It's one of those... we just filled the whole half hour. That was pretty cool. Anyways, like I say, I guess any information that you need, you can listen to this podcast again, or Ottawa Bassmasters is probably the best thing to do. So, once again, I'd like to thank my guest, Tim Baker of Ottawa Valley South Bassmasters, and talking about the provincial qualifier The show was brought to you by MLS Outdoor Media, and I've enjoyed this one today. So just going to fill out a few more seconds here, I guess. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. The next one is going to be... I guess we're going to get my boat out sometime soon. So, and then I'm not sure what we're going to be doing next time. Oh, yeah, going to be fishing one. This will be the next one on crappie probably. So, anyways, what else did I want to have to say here? Nothing. Just get out in the water and take care. And I guess I'll see you next week. Thanks a lot for listening, and come back soon. Bye.